Hi Aquarius, welcome to Crystal Garden Tarot. My name is Christina Irene. I'm going to be doing your September 2019 reading. Thank you to all of you guys who have viewed the channel, liked, and subscribed, okay? So let's get right into your reading. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And do keep in mind that these energies are interchangeable, okay? So if you are dealing with an Aquarius and you need to apply the energy to your own self, then that's fine. Just do that if you're a cross watcher, all right? And you find that these energies are resonating with what is going on with you. These energies may or may not play out in the month of September. You could be picking them up. You could have picked them up before September, or you could be picking them up a little bit after September, okay? So keep that in mind as well. All right, here we go. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's get a card for overall energy for this month. All right. So we have two cards that came out. The first card that we have that comes out is authenticity, and we have wisdom, okay? So then as an underlying energy, what we have, Aquarius, is beauty. So this is all about you seeing, you know, your divine self, you allowing your divine light and, you know, inner goddess or inner god to shine through at this time. And that underlying energy pairs very nicely with this authenticity, because that's all about, you know, the real you in your thoughts, words, and actions coming through, okay? And there's some thing here I'm seeing with this wisdom and these owls and this number 7 and this 10. So I feel like there was maybe like a completion, or there is a completion taking place, like a very prominent cycle in your life, Aquarius, that is coming to an end. And with this 7 and this wisdom here, you gain so much spiritual wisdom, you know, through this. And with this number 4 here, it could have really rocked the very core of your self, okay? The 4 being foundation. But just very beautiful though, because sometimes even like certain situations, even though they're difficult, it's like the pain and the challenges really help us to, you know, dig deep and pull through. And so I feel like whatever you went through has helped you to grow very much spiritually with this wisdom here, and to allow the inner you and the real you to really be able to come and shine through, okay? So let's get some tarot out for you. Sorry about that. I just got angel number 211 as well. So 211 has a lot to do with relationships. It's like saying to you, don't ignore problems in your relationships. And it's also saying to you like that the best thing you could do is to work on yourself, okay? When it comes to relationships and where there's challenges, that the best thing that you can do is work on you, okay? So let's get some tarot out. We already have a few cards that flipped over here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Please don't freak out about the reversals. Like, they just help to tell the story, okay? So, here with this Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Aquarius, it feels like there could be something that has gone on financially, possibly, where there's like a lot of loss here financially. You could be feeling like you don't have like enough around you. And with that being said, see, here's that abundance. So it's like, be sure to keep try to keep, I'm seeing like a need to get some rest here. With this sleep, I'm seeing too, you may be able to manifest some restoration here in your sleep by listening to some frequencies, okay, to help you manifest the abundance, and just staying in the abundant mindset as opposed to a scarcity mindset, even if this is not about finances, okay? But with the, and we're going to pull clarifiers. So if you were dealing with a situation that you decided to stop nurturing, especially a karmic situation or a situation where you and someone else were just very, it's like very intense connection, could be past life, could be karmic, okay, but the intention is the connection is very intense, very strong. You could be choosing not to nurture this at this time. And with the Nine of Pentacles, you could very well be feeling, you know, a little codependent, or like you don't want to be single, and just really are feeling like alone, you know, or not wanting to feel alone. But there's been a lot of loss here is what I'm seeing. Let's pull some clarifiers, okay? You know, this lovers too could be love for your own self with this beauty coming through and this authenticity. Ten of Wands, all right? So you could have very well chose to stop nurturing something, and it's just because it was such a burden. Again, if this is about finances, it's like we're really strapped for cash, especially if we are a feminine energy. It's like the finances right now are suffering, and it's very burdensome. Or again, whether this is just on the domestic front or in a relationship, we've chosen to not nurture something, and because it's been a burden, which apply it to your life, how it fits, because it is general. So you have the sun coming out here, okay? So where you might not be feeling like, where you may feel like you don't have enough, whether financially or whether this is codependency on a person or a situation, the sun is going to come out, all right? Everything's going to be all right, Aquarius. Like, we've seen this in your readings in the last 3 months. Like, man, you guys are really super blessed right now. I'm telling you, all that injustice that a lot of you guys went through, the fog is lifting, okay? The fog is lifting. And I just saw the Page of Cups. So it's like a new emotion coming through for you, okay? You're going to be all right. You are. Just got to get back up on your horse. And you know, it's like I'm seeing this child. I'm seeing this white horse. And you just had something flip over in regards to that, right? I'm seeing this child and this white horse here with the sun card, okay? And so, and it coming here with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, just get back up on your horse and try to look at things like, you know, from like that perspective. Remember, like, if there was ever a time in your life where you didn't feel the burden, you know, whatever that burden might be for you, it's like coming back to a childlike state, like seeing things with a fresh pair of eyes, because sometimes we get really jaded from things that have happened to us, you know. That was the Six of Wands in reverse. So there could have been a situation where it's like you feel like there was no victory there, okay? But look, the Ten of Cups is here. So this is like happiness coming to you. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You can manifest this. All you got to do is get back up on your horse and try to, you know, get at life. Come tackle life with like a childlike energy, because, you know, if any of you have children, I saw the number 811. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. If any of you have children or you've been around children, you know, it's like kids can fall and then be crying and get back up again and everything's fine. Or sometimes your kids' feelings might get hurt or something, and they're just very forgiving. They're very, like, you know, they forget about it and they just move on. And so it's just like coming, but as adults, it's like after you go through that for so long, you start to feel jaded sometimes, or those things start to, you know, weigh heavy on you, and it's much harder to completely release those things. So you have the ability to manifest happiness for yourself, all right? Now, as far as that 811 number that I saw, and I just saw 99, 910, and then 911 now. So where that cycle came to an end for you, you know, the angels with the 811 are saying to you, Aquarius, that they're very proud of you for the decisions and the choices that you made. And here's that wisdom, okay? The choices that you've made have been very wise, and they just want you now at this point. That's why it came out right when we started talking about that. At this point, they want you to think positive. They want you to think positive because your thoughts are manifesting at rapid speed. And so you have the ability to manifest, even just with your thoughts, a happy outcome for your life. And so just think positive, because they want to bring through that 10 of cups, you know? And remember that if they think that you've made a wise decision, that's all that matters. If you think it and they're telling you that you did, then you best believe you did. Let's talk about this 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That is a lot of cards. I'm going to take the one that flew onto the floor, okay? So you have the Hierophant. If any of you were dealing with a Taurus, there's been a lot of betrayal there, okay? They've caused a lot of loss. Now, if you're not dealing with a Taurus, what this is telling me is that through the betrayal, through the pain and the heartache, because I do see betrayal, through this burden, through this loss here, okay, you have become so wise spiritually. The loss has actually increased you as far as, you know, your spiritual wisdom. And it sits right there where the, you know, there you have that wisdom, okay? It's like you're following your soul's path, okay? You're listening to your guides. You're listening to your angels and to your higher self. And you've grown so much spiritually here through this loss, okay? Let's talk about the Lovers here. You have like 3 cards that came out, and I'm going to take them. 1 second. Sorry about that, you guys. So, yeah. So, let's see. We have the 5 of Cups coming here over the Lovers, 7 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups. So now, interesting, you have 3 tens. 10, 10, and 10. 10, 10, 10. This 10 is mirroring this 10. A completion, no doubt. A completion, no doubt, okay? The connection between you and someone else could be past life. It could be extremely strong, okay? Or again, this is you choosing not to nurture it because it's a burden, and making a choice to like love yourself, you know, and to see yourself in a higher light, because that's what we see here, this authenticity and this beauty, your own beauty shining through. So with the Lovers, it's like if you were dealing with a past life relationship, a karmic relationship, or just a relationship that was super, super, you know, like the connection was very intense, there's a lot of sadness there. There's a whole lot of sadness. There's a lot that, you know, there's cups that have been spilled, you know, and you may feel like very guarded, you know, very, very guarded. You know, some of you guys too might be feeling like you want to fight. Even though there's a lot of sadness here, you know, you might be feeling like the connection is so strong that I want to fight for, you know, this 10 of Cups with this connection. A lot of you guys, though, for a lot of you guys, this is you loving your own self. And it's like all this sadness was caused to you, and you could be feeling very guarded, and because you want to be happy. So even though you're sad about the situation, you could be feeling like guarded, you know, like, okay, I wanted to look at that a little bit further, and you have the 2 of Wands in reverse and the World card. Okay, so it's like maybe you want to fight for the connection, you know, maybe you don't want to move into a different direction, even though, like, you could be feeling really sad. I see a lot of sadness here. You've lost faith and hope in the situation. That's why. Because I was like, well, why are they sad? Why are they sad? Because you've lost faith and hope in the situation. But it seems like a part of you just doesn't want to move into a new direction. Like, you want to fight for, you know, the family, or you want to be happy with this situation. You know, it's like you're in the driver's seat here, okay, with this Chariot. So it's like the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles in reverse, both in reverse, came out over that Ten of Cups. So it's like there's been a lack of progress here because someone in the picture has a really big ego. And the situation isn't working because someone has a big ego. And so the divine intervenes. All right. And you do see things for what they are. Some of you guys have a reconciliation taking place. But for some of you guys, there's like third party situations happening, and there's this need to walk away from this conflict because it's a lot of hardship. But I see you having a hard time moving away and feeling like mentally blocked, okay? But it's saying here like don't worry, don't worry, because like it's showing me there's a lot of like blockage taking place here, and that things aren't working, but for you not to worry because there's some new emotion that will be offered to you, okay? I'm definitely seeing a cycle that has ended, you know, and you withdrawing from this, and you having avoided dodging a bullet, but still feeling very, very, very tempted by the situation and like not wanting to let go, okay? With the Two of Wands and the World here. Yep. Alright. Listen. And now we have the Three of Cups again as an underlying energy, okay? The Three of Cups doesn't have to be third party. The Three of Cups can be happiness and stuff, but, you know, good cheer, friends, partying, because I do see that after maybe walking away from someone, even though it's hard, like maybe you will be hanging out with your friends a little bit more, or maybe you should, you know, because you have this authenticity and beauty and abundance shining through. So if you have any friends like, hey Aquarius, like let's go out for drinks, let's go to the club, or like let's get out, you need to get out, go with them, because that's going to be really good for you from what I'm seeing here. Now I just wanted to talk about again this Lovers here, right here, that we see. So, because I really felt like this Two of Wands was telling you to move in a new direction because the cycle is complete and a new chapter wants to come into your life. And when I clarified that, it's like, look, the Eight of Swords. So it's very difficult, it seems, for you to move into a new direction and into happiness because you feel so, maybe so bound to this person or situation, even though you've lost faith in it, and there's a lot of, you know, sadness here or something. Now, I will say this too. This doesn't have to be you. If you moved away from somebody, okay, this could very well be the other person who is very sad, you know, because you are not nurturing this anymore, and they want to fight for it because they feel that their Ten of Cups lies with you, okay? And they are feeling so sad because they're starting to lose faith and hope that you'll ever return. And here, in that case, again, we see this need for you. Like, this person maybe doesn't want you to move into a new direction, but the cycle's completed and they're in a mental prison. So it's either you or it's someone else who's feeling this way because the energies are interchangeable. Let's go ahead and grab you guys some advice and wrap up your reading. Okay. That's interesting. Like, okay, I have receptivity in this other card. Listen, this isn't a coincidence, okay? This tarot card here ended up in the middle of the deck, and it's sitting right in between receptivity and endings and beginnings, and this is the strength card in reverse. Okay, so that's telling me be strong and be receptive to a new beginning, because where something ends, there is room now for something to begin, something that does not make you feel this way, okay, like you're so burdened or whatever. Again, these energies are interchangeable, so if you're not nurturing something, maybe someone else is feeling burdened by that. Apply it to, you know what I'm saying, how it fits. And that's interesting, because as I open the deck too, I see go outside. And I knew I was going to see that, because I'm seeing this Three of Cups here. And it's talking to me very much about you going out with your friends and having a good time. There's a need for you to go outside. They're like, you've been inside too long, Aquarius. Get out. Get some fresh air. Have some fun. Especially towards the end of September, because that's Libra season. Alright. There's your advice. So, we have compassion. It says, release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Expect a miracle. And we have High Priestess here, and be strong, and there is that receptivity, okay? So with the High Priestess coming out, it's like your intuition's very strong, but this again is like, I feel this need for you to, now even though it says expect a miracle, okay? So just because you have to remove yourself from some, I saw angel number 344 and 311, just because you have to remove yourself from a situation or remove someone out your life, it does not mean that it's forever. I don't want to give you false hope, but all I'm saying is like, see, they're saying regardless of what the situation is, try to find the light in everyone. Trust me, it's hard, especially when someone's breaking your heart, committing injustices or whatever. How do you see the light in them? It's so hard, but it's like we have to remember we all came from source, so therefore source is still within us, regardless of how imbalanced our, some people's shadow side is just more unimbalanced than others, you know. And and then they do things that is poor judgment or hurts other people, and hurt people as well. That's another reason to have compassion. I was just, the last time I spoke to someone who, you know, put me face down, I said to them, you know what, I feel compassion for you. I actually feel sorry for you, because I realize that by you doing what you're doing, that means that you don't love yourself, and you also have been very, very hurt. So hurt that you cannot, you know, reciprocate emotion and allow yourself to be loved. So you know, sometimes hurt people, so we try to find the compassion. That doesn't mean that you have to allow that person back into your life, you know, if you know that it's toxic. But with expect a miracle here too, it's like whatever it is that you prayed about, the outcome that you want, if you want to restore this relationship and you want to breathe new life into it, or whatever the situation is for you, it's like, well, you know, expect a miracle. Everything is going to be all right, you know. But at the same time, I am seeing this need at this time for you to kind of withdraw yourself from the situation, because it's too much, okay? And to just be strong and receptive to the abundance and things that wants to come in for you, okay? And because one thing I did also see was quiet time, meaning that you needed some solitude to yourself, which is what this High Priestess is all about, so that you can, you know, really get back to you, and allow your inner beauty and inner goddess to come out and shine through, okay? So these are the messages that I have for you, Aquarius. Please let me know if they resonated. Leave me like a comment or something. If it resonated, hit like, hit subscribe so you can get more messages. It helps to support the channel, helps me to keep doing this, and it really helps to get the messages out further, okay? So I love you guys a whole bunch, and I'll see you really soon. I hope you enjoy your September. Take care.